I bet what we're all wondering is, what are the spring and summer trends? Hey peeps, so I'm going to be going over the spring and summer trends with y'all based on what I saw when I was looking at the spring summer collections of several designers which were showcased in the fall, because everything's always a season behind, so you already know. Let's get into it. So first we're going to look at all of the brands, and I'm going to go one by one saying what I see in each line, and then at the end we're going to go over the overarching trends, which are really going to be the trends for spring and summer. So let's get into it with the first brand, which is going to be Off-White. So you'll see 5 pictures on the screen, and some of the trends that I saw in that runway show is there were lots of reds. Also, Solange's son did walk in the runway show, and some other things I saw were embellishments as a focal point at the waist, and then also they had pockets for the men, shirts tied around the waist, and the embellishments and ties around the waist were for men and women, and that was just where the waistline would be. So there were so many details around the waist and a lot of embellishments. So that's going to be one of the overarching trends, or going to be going towards one of the overarching trends that we're going to get into at the end. So that's what I saw for the Off-White show, and I'm only putting up some of my favorite looks from each brand. So if you see it on the screen, then that is what your girl was liking. I love the plunge that they have with the black and the white dress. I think it would be perfect for a night out. The next runway show we're going to be looking at is going to be the Coach runway show. So let's go over some of my notes. So Coach had a lot of blacks, browns, blue jeans, leather items. And of course, we know that they are known for their leather. They're one of the few brands that everyone is saying that they hold up to their name as far as quality leather goes. And they are not skimping on us and raising the prices like everybody else. I would say that because of those few things that I already mentioned, it gives a very Americano type of feel. Like, it's definitely giving that, if you ask me. Also, you'll see a little bit of a disheveled look, like a punk type of look. And then big purses, like the amount of big purses that were in that show, absolutely crazy. I love the leather jacket. Absolutely amazing, if you ask me. Also, the coat with the 4 pockets, or jacket with the 4 pockets, cute. Love that. And then we also had some famous peeps in the crowd. We had Solange's son, which I do not know that boy name. Does it start with a J? But I mean, he fine, but I do not know his name. He's Solange's son, okay? And then Coco Jones, which IDK, the people have been saying numerous times that I look like Coco Jones, and I am not one of those people that get offended when you say that I look like somebody, because I'm assuming you're saying that because, like, we're both pretty, duh. And I've never been compared to a famous person as far as looks or had a look-alike type of situation, but everybody in the last like 2 years have been saying, you look like Coco Jones. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see it? So yes, those are my favorite pieces, and then I would just put a lot of these up here to show y'all the examples of certain things, mostly the big purses, so y'all can really see how big they really are, okay? How are y'all feeling about the big purses? Next, we're gonna jump into Ralph Lauren, or Ralph Lauren. Which one is it, y'all? Ralph Lauren, Ralph Lauren. Let me know so I don't end up in these New York Fashion Week streets looking a fool. Let me know down below how to pronounce it correctly. But y'all, this is actually one of my favorite runway shows that I looked at to discover these spring and summer trends. He ate that one little one up, like, for sure, definitely. So let's get into some of the details that I noticed. So lots of blue, whites, and ivories. Also, we see the big purses yet again. And then they brought kids out. I do feel like it did get a little bit messy, but it was cute nonetheless. I mean, how can you deny these cute little children? Also, Naomi Campbell walked. Like, if you can get Naomi Campbell, then you know you that one. But of course, Ralph Lauren's been around for a long time. Like, she's probably walked with him before. Let me know in the comments if you know. Also, more summer attire. So that's something that I really want to know, y'all. And I have not figured it out yet. why are there so many winter items in the summer spring collections? Like, why are there so many long sleeves, coats, and all that type of stuff? It just doesn't really make sense to me, and it actually kind of aggravates me because it's like, are we supposed to be wearing that? Like, it's hot. Like, what's going on? Even though it's not hot all over the world at the same exact time. So maybe that's the reason. Let me know in the comments if y'all know what that's about, because I really need to know. But there was more summer attire in this Ralph Lauren collection, more than the other ones that I saw. And then a lot of things were flowy, lightweight, and no sleeves. So those are some of the trends that I saw in that show. Okay, y'all, the ombre blue dress, it starts light and gets darker. It's a tube top dress. So amazing. Also, the white dress with the fringe at the bottom is giving such resort vibes. Like, so cute. Also, oh my gosh. Do y'all see the blue dress, the halter dress with the white collar? Perfection. Perfection. I see a girly going into the office. I see a girly going to lunch. I see a girly just wanting to elevate her look for errands in that dress during the summer. Amazing. Like, did his big one. The white dress on the black model, just against her skin tone, absolutely amazing. Also giving very much so resort. I also did include some of the men's looks in here that I liked. I just love a lot of the pieces. Oh, the man with the robe over the like ivory colored suit with the like vest, and then the sunglasses, it's just giving such posh, such like rich brat vibes. Like, love that for him. And then Naomi Campbell, T. I love all of these. I love them. I love them. Can't get enough. I could talk for days on that collection. So let's just get into the next one. So Jason Wu is who we're going to talk about next. Some of the things that I saw in this collection, it was going to be white and black, layering within pieces, some pastels, subtle sparkles seen with movement. Those are the few things that I picked up on from that collection. And then also, if you can tell from the Ralph Lauren collection, there were some sparkles in that as well. And then we got some sparkles here. A lot of the pieces had layering just built within. So it wasn't like, oh, a jacket, a coat, a scarf, but it wasn't piece by piece by piece. But within the garment itself, it had layers. Also, there's a lot of texture, and then there's also texture that's created because of the layering within the garment. So those are some things that really stood out to me and that I actually liked, and that I think the construction of the pieces made them very unique within itself. So yeah, Jason Wu really did a really good job with, I feel like, actually doing something artistic. Carolina Herrera, she a deal, period. Like, what? The Carolina Herrera, whoa. Carolina Herrera, that collection was just everything. That's probably my favorite collection out of everything that we're going to review today. So let's get into the details. So there was a prominent amount of black. There definitely were other colors, but there was a significant amount of black. But also, this was the collection that used the most amount of color, in my opinion, which I really like that for the summer. I rather go colorful. I'm a colorful girl. I'm a maximalist girl. So color is for me. So yeah, I really like that. Mixing, matching of prints. She did that a lot. Like, yeah, love that. And then also, like, I'm referring to the collection. I'm referring to the designer in the collection, even though some of these people have like creative directors who are actually in charge of the collection, or, you know, designers that are head designers that are in charge of the collection. So, you know, disregard that. I know that it's not actually the name of the person who's named after the brand that's always the one that's in charge. It's actually, they're like a designer or creative director, but they do represent the brand. So So yes, the mixing and matching of prints, I absolutely love the way that that was done in this collection. And then they had traditional masculine fitting items. Why couldn't I say that? Hate that for me. So traditional masculine fitting items that they were putting on women. So for instance, the black button down really long, love that. And I feel like that particular look with the hair, the glasses, it was giving like a nod to the mod era. Let me know what y'all think. Is that spot on or am I confused? But that's what I think. And then also the like gaucho high-waisted black pants with the white button up, and just also the way that the model with the hair pulled back and then the hands in the pockets, the way that they made sure she presented herself, it just feeds into that masculine look that I think they were kind of going for. It almost gives like suit vibe, but make it slightly feminine. So yeah, everything that is up on the screen, those are some of my favorite looks from this collection. Just amazing. I just could not get enough. Yeah. Big one. Okay, so Prada was very interesting for the spring summer collection. So some of the things that I saw within this collection would be grunge emo type of look. Lots of color, but I feel like the black pieces were the standout pieces. So let's get into it. So once again, these are going to be the looks that stood out to me and that I really like certain elements of those looks. So the blue pants with the purple shirt, and then they had like a flowy see-through like mesh type of skirt on top. So I feel like that aids in the layering of a look, but also it's like it's so subtle. It's like we're layering, but like we're not layering, just because you can see the item underneath still. Like your view of the underlying item is not obstructed how it usually is when you layer clothes. Even just the choice of putting a belt with it as well, I think really honestly genius. And then we have the black skirts with the embellishments, very big silver embellishments on it, which gives that grunge punk rock type of feel. And then we also have the dress that is doing the same exact thing, and even the way that they have styled the model with the very I just woke up out of bed type of hair and her expression, it definitely gives like I'm a rock star, I'm about to blow some up, you know. And then also once again with the layering, we have the model with the green, I don't know if it's a jumpsuit or a shirt. I feel like it's a shirt and pants, but we have the same thing where they put the belt on, but we can see everything that's underneath, yet we are still layering. We're still layering, but you can see everything. I think that's so genius. Like, love that, love that. This red bandeau, I really thought that that was different and interesting, and for some reason it reminds me of like the Chanel tweed, and as if you turn like the Chanel tweed into a bandeau, even though this isn't tweed, but Chanel always has like those pockets, and I feel like that just reminds me of a Chanel item. Yeah, so those are all of my notes on Prada. So Gucci, yeah. So Gucci, I really loved their runway show. I think the items were absolutely amazing, 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 amazing. So what are my notes on Gucci? So actually I don't have that many notes on Gucci. I feel like they were very succinct and very married between each item. So I think that's probably why I don't have too many notes. But the texture and movement, so there was a lot of texture, a lot of movement. Some of my favorite items are going to be the red see-through dress. I would love to wear that on a night out. Absolutely. Like, are we going to the club? Are we going to the club? Okay. And then also we see movement with this jacket. I don't know if that's what you would call it, a jacket, but it's numbered look 23 from the collection, and it just, the way the model walks with it, it just sachets. And then the green one eats down. The green one is everything. Also, this like yellow mustardy coat. Are you kidding? Like they gotta be joking. Also love this tan look. Love it. But the red one is definitely my favorite. But yeah, texture and movement just all throughout. Like, it's nothing else to say. This is no notes. No notes. So now let's get into Dior. So Dior, the notes that I have are black and sporty feel. I didn't have a lot to say about Dior because I would have to say that Dior was my least favorite collection. And if you like the collection, please let me know down below why you like the collection. Is there something that I'm missing? This is the collection where they had the person with like a bow and arrow in the center of the runway. It was, I don't know. Like, am I missing something? Maybe I need to look through the comments of the video more to see what I'm missing. But there were some items that I did like, and it had a black and sporty feel. It definitely gave like race car, especially with one of the items that I have up on the screen. And then the flowy number, that's probably the only thing that I really liked from the collection. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about Dior, which is unfortunate. I wish I had more to say. Okay, so Tory Burch. Royal blue is one of the most repeated colors that I saw in the collection. I also think it was like a power play with the masculine for women. And mauve pastel purple was something that I saw as well. So I liked only a few of the items really. Love the purse with the red look, and then I also think that I included this picture just to show the mauve look, but also the big purse. So we've seen the big purses several times. And yeah, like, these are pretty okay. Probably my second to least favorite collection, honestly. But there are some good pieces in there, and I love the mixing of the masculine and feminine. So our very last brand that we're going to get into is going to be Chanel. So I actually really like the Chanel collection. So some things that I noticed were some shoulder details. They had a lot of feathers that were throughout the collection, and the way that they did it when it was actually just closer to the neck reminded me of like the old school presidents when they wore the wigs and everything. And I don't know, like, y'all, history is the one subject that I really didn't do good at and didn't really like. So are those like aristocrats? Like, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, like whatever they actually were. I'm probably wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. And I know that it's probably really like an ode to like birds, but it also reminded me of that as well, especially some of the feathers that they had later on in the collection, like towards the end, where it had like feathers on the actual legs and the skirt part of the garment. It actually, I don't know, gave me like ostrich or something like that type of feel. This collection also had a lot of texture. I mean, it is Chanel and they do tweed, so of course there's going to be a lot of texture, but adding in those feather elements and the elements on the sleeves and the element on the actual neck with the like the super extravagant, outrageous like collar, that added a lot of texture as well. And then we also see some of the big bags in this collection, so we've seen that throughout a few of the collections now. And then looking at some of these outfits, I can't say that a single outfit is necessarily my favorite, but I will point out a few things. So with the more furry, like soft looking collar, I really like that. I do like the collar that's more like ruffled, like a flower. We see some sparkle yet again. And then Chanel is the only collection that I saw actually have some plus size or more voluptuous models, because I don't know if they would be considered plus size or not, probably just because of how the model world is, but they were just voluptuous. And they were also black girls what, and a dark skinned girl and a light skinned girl, so we love to see the range. Okay, but also I wonder, I didn't notice anybody of any other ethnicity or race that was bigger, so I don't know if that's an issue, but you know, I'm gonna give my claps just like, let's not have a problem. Like, I feel like with the sensitivity of the times, like there's just always a problem and things just are never good enough. Also, something that I wanted to point out is the fact that there were shoulder details, but just also bringing attention to the shoulders. So with the look that you see on the screen right now, the shoulders are kind of accentuated, and as well as this second look. And then just, of course, with the actual feathers and things on the shoulders are accentuated. And then they also did have some flowiness in this collection, some sheer pieces. And also, if we look at the blue jean outfit, they had a kind of like shawl type of thing, but it's like mesh. So once again, we're seeing pieces being covered, but not to the point where you can't see what it is covering. So it is allowing you to still see the full outfit. So that concludes going over all of the runway shows that I looked at to gather up the information I need to let y'all know what are the summer trends. What are the trends? Okay, so this is just from my viewpoint. If you see any other trends that I didn't really touch on, then let us know in the comments. But let's go ahead and get into the actual trends for the summer. So overall, the biggest trend is it's a maximalist summer, y'all. Like, do you not see with all of those items that it's a maximalist summer? I feel like across the board, most of the designers and, you know, creative directors, they were doing the most. They did the most with these collections. Like, it really wasn't giving subtle. Like, they had their pieces here and there that were very clean, but even with the clean looks, it just was like they did something to make it extra, even if it was like it's baggy, it's oversized, or it's masculine on a woman. They were doing their big one. Like, they were not holding back, okay? So definitely it is a maximalist summer. And of course, we had a lot of black. So that leads me to my next thing of marrying the maximalist and the black. So just because black was a trend throughout a lot of these collections, it does not mean that we're going simple with the black. You can't just throw a black bodysuit on with a black high waist pant and some black heels and call it a day. No, like, even when they were showcasing the black items, what did they do the most? Okay, like, pay attention, take notes, okay? They did the most with the black items, y'all, for the most part. Look at all of the black items, and I will be kind of doing a Rolodex of what we went through that showcasing what I am saying. So you will have that on the screen as you see. But yeah, y'all, like, you gotta do the most with your black. Like, you gotta put some detail in it. The black has to be shimmery, has to be sparkly, has to be reflective, has to have fringe and layers. And I'm sorry, it's not a simple summer, okay? Like, get into your maximalist era. Even if you are a simple girl, like, put some touches of some maximalist. Okay, you did do the simple all black outfit, but the shoes, they're eating. They have sparkle on them. They have an embellishment. It's a 3D situation. Like, come on, y'all. Get with the program. Like, we have to get with the program, y'all. So it's a maximalist summer even when we're doing black, but also with the fact that we are doing black. Black was a trend from what I saw, which is crazy. It's crazy that it's going to be spring, summer, and I guess it's black. Black is the color. So y'all, it is still going to be sleek. Like, you can still be sleek with your black. So when I think black, I think very sleek, and I do think minimalist, but that's not what we saw showcased as far as what the big brands, fashion houses want us to do, or are telling us they want us to do, you know. But yeah, so within that, just knowing that it's a maximalist summer, statement pieces. So many statements were made in these collections. They were not playing, y'all. Like, they made a statement any chance they got. Even with the simpler looks, they were making a statement. So statement pieces, even if it's simple, it has to have something, the structure has to say something and speak for itself when you walk in the room. So a lot of these items, like a statement piece, is going to speak for itself, and that's what a lot of the items and pieces that they put on those runways did, even when it was simple. So statement pieces gonna put you right in that maximalist bag every time. Also, the big purses. Come on, y'all already know. I don't know what it is, but the big purses, I feel like it's back. Even me working at Macy's and seeing the purses that are out, it's a lot of big purses. And over the last couple of years, the big purses, people were like, ugh, yuck. Like, no. But the big purses are it. So what are we gonna do? Are we going to rage against the machine, or are we going to get the big purses? I mean, it's what they're selling, so it's given. That's your option. Of course, there's a million options out there in the world, but the big purses are in, and honestly, I kind of want me a big purse. I kind of do. I think it's a thing. So yes, get your hands on a big purse. Also, I think embellishments in general were a big thing that we were seeing in various different ways, whether it was like a metal attachment or embroidery, there were all these embellishments. So I think that is definitely something that's, once again, going to aid in the maximalist summer trend, which is the overarching trend of all of this. Is kind of like go big or go home. Like that's what we're saying for 2025 summer, and that's how I'm feeling too. Like I feel that in my spirit, in my soul. What y'all feeling? Cause I'm trying to be outside. I'm trying to be outside, okay? So yeah, like, come on, y'all. Join the girls. So I think those are some of the biggest trends of this summer. And of course, you can take from anything, and of course we can do whatever we want to do at the end of the day. I'm just here to tell you what the fashion house said, okay? I'm just trying to break it down for y'all. I'm trying to do the work for y'all so you don't have to do the work yourself. But also just bring out some great fashion info, great fashion looks. Hopefully you get inspiration. Hopefully you go and look at the full collections yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and actually for the next video I am going to show some pieces that we actually can buy that correlate with the fashion trends that I just mentioned at the end of this video. So make sure you stay tuned, because I will have links and things of that nature to help y'all kind of get into the trends, so you don't have to just go out there and do it yourself. I'm going to provide you with some items. So see me in the next video. It's a whole lot of fashion going on over here with a sprinkle of some beauty and some sprinkle of some lifestyle. So I will see you guys in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe. Peace.